Hey guys, it's been a minute, but I'm finally doing this voiceover. We're gonna do like a full body stretch. So we're gonna start by doing cat and cows. We're gonna place our hands on our knees and round our back. Inhaling and exhaling, we're gonna arch our back, push out our chest. Inhale, round your back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're gonna come on top, like sit up a little bit. And we're gonna do like these half, I think this pose is called like half camel pose. I could be wrong, I really don't know. But you reach for the back of your foot. So like right now my right hand is reaching for my right foot to pull down my shorts because I was getting a wedgie. And now my left hand is reaching for my left foot. And then you swing over and do the other side, and just kind of, it's a nice little back stretch. And then if you want to, you could come into like the full pose, which it's both of your hands reaching for your feet. If you can't reach your feet, you could start off like how I am and place your hands on your lower back, and then maybe to your butt, and then maybe to your thighs, and then maybe you go all the way down and reach your feet. I just googled this and it is called camel pose, so just so you guys know. You want to make sure you're pushing your hips out and your chest out, your shoulders aligned with your heels, and you don't have to reach for your heels. You can have your hands on your lower back or your butt or your thighs, just wherever, it feels good for you. It's a nice back stretch. But we're going to come out of that. We're going to come onto all fours, and then we're going to push our hips back into downward facing dog. And right here, we are going to take a deep breath in, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. We're going to pedal our feet out, reaching our heels down to the mat. And then we're going to lift our right leg into the air, bring it to our right elbow, and then push it back into the air. And then we're going to bring our knee to our nose, and then we're going to place it down in between our hands. And we're going to place our left knee down to the ground. And feel this stretch. You should feel it in your left like thigh hip area. And then we're going to bring it up into this high crescent lunge. And we're going to open up into warrior two. So just remember, in this pose, you want your shoulders to be aligned with your hips and your knee to be aligned with your ankle. We're going to reach back and reverse our warrior. Then we're going to go into this like half lunge squat. Skandasana is what it's called. Then we come back up to reverse our warrior. Then one more time, we're going to come back down. Then we're going to come back up for our last time. We're going to reverse our warrior. And we're going to bring it forward to this lunge. We're going to bring our hands to our chest, put weight in that right foot, and hop off that back foot, balancing on your right foot and lifting that left foot as high as you can. Then we're going to slowly bring it up and forward, raising it as high as you can. It doesn't have to be as high as mine. It could be higher, whatever works. And then we slowly push it back. And then we're going to bring it down to the ground with control, if you can. And we're going to place our knee back down to the ground, and we're going to come into this half split pose, I think. Try to straighten out that right knee as much as you can. We're going to bring our right foot back to meet our left foot. We're going to lower down and push up into upward facing dog, then push our hips back into downward facing dog. We're going to do that to the other side. So we're going to lift the left leg up into the air, bring it to our right elbow, push it back into the air, then knee to nose, and then go ahead and place it between your hands. Right knee comes down to the ground. We're going to reach up and feel the stretch in our right thigh hip area. Then strong, we're going to come up off that back knee into a high crescent lunge. We're going to open up to warrior two, making sure our shoulders and hips are aligned, bending into that knee as much as we can, but not bending over your ankle. Then we reverse our warrior, and then we're going to come down into our squat thing, but I went on the wrong side. And I'm going to realize it right here when I go to do it a second time. So just give me a second while I figure it out, because I'm literally lazy and I didn't want to cut this part out, but I was trying to figure out what leg we're supposed to bend into. So you bend into your right leg and your left leg straightens out. Skandasana. Reverse your warrior. Sorry about that, guys. And then we're gonna come back into our squat, half squat. And then we're gonna reverse our warrior for the last time. Come up into our high crescent lunge. Take a deep breath, and we're gonna put weight on that left foot and hop off that back foot, bringing your right foot up as high as you can, trying to keep your hips aligned. We're going to move that right foot up and over in front of us, bringing it up as high as you can, then swoosh it back. You want to do this as controlled as possible. If you fall out of it, it's okay. We're going to come back into our high crescent lunge, then bring that knee down. We're going to do our little half split stretch. Is that what it's called? I don't know. And we bring our feet together, lower down, and push up into upward facing dog. We're going to push our hips back into downward facing dog. We're going to bring that right leg into the air, and then we're going to bring it to our chest, and we're going to come onto this side plank. If you want it to be strong, kick out that right leg. We're going to kick it out anyways to come to a fallen triangle. And then you could place your right hand back on the ground, bring that right leg back in, and we're going to flip over to Wild Thing. This is optional. You're pushing your hips up, your chest out, really grounded in that left foot. Then you lower your hips and come back. And we're going to lower down with our right leg still in the air. And then you could place it down when you come up into upward facing dog. And then push your hips back into downward facing dog. Let's do it to our left foot. I'm going super fast. Remember, you could kick it out straight or keep it bent. And then we kick it out into fallen triangle. Tried to do that more gracefully. I just threw my foot. And then right away I just flipped over. At this point I was so exhausted. I was trying to be done. But we flip over to Wild Thing. and then flip it back over. I'm going to kick our leg into the air, come down into upward facing dog, then push our hips back into child pose. We're going to take a deep breath, relax, inhale and exhale through the nose. Take a moment. Then we're going to come up and we're going to sit on our feet. We're going to inhale, bring our hands above our head together. We're going to release our left hand down to the ground and reach over with our right hand. Then we're going to swing it over to our right side and stretch our left hand over. A nice side body stretch. And then we're going to bring it into the middle, maybe opening up your legs to give your belly some room. Take a deep breath. And then you can sit back up. Take a moment to thank your body, thank yourself for coming for this practice. I appreciate you for joining me in this practice. I hope you come back for more. And I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day, guys. Or evening, night, whatever.